Hello, I'm Karen Elgersma at the London Chef, and we are going to teach you how to make the simplest, most delicious appetizer for all those Christmas parties. Oh, yes, we are. And you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV. On today's show, we discover the secret to comfort food. And Dan Kahn meets a singing teacher who at 86 is still going strong. And we meet a man who specializes in miniatures, but he has big dreams. All that and so much more on Go Island.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
Hello, welcome to Go Island, the show that always inspires you, teaches you how to have the best life here on Vancouver Island. And with the Christmas season upon us, we have to have all the greatest, best, tastiest tips on how to make appies, because it is the season for entertaining. And of course, where would we come to get the best tips? The London chef, Dan Hayes. But Dan, today we have a threesome. There's another chef in the kitchen. Introduce us to.
Well, Karen, this is my senior chef de partie. This is Ryan, and you know, these days I love to cook. I love to be in the kitchen, but actually the reality of it is people like Ryan do the real grunt work.
Yes.
And this man will make a better dish than I will because I'm a little bit out of practice. Can I just tell you that, you know, this Christmas canapé or appy or whatever you want to call it was inspired by my sous chef, Nikita Williams, because she came to me with this idea and it was so bloody delicious. I couldn't turn it up. And Ryan is going to show us how to make it.
There you go. Ryan, what are we making today?
Basically, I'm going to take Nikita's dish and I'm just going to tweak it a little bit to make it my own.
Okay.
But basically, it's really easy, you know, something you can do ahead of time to just like get yourself out of the weeds and stuff like that.
Yes.
You know, when everybody's busy and stuff around Christmas.
Oh,
so,
yeah. And anything to take away the stress, my friend, is a gift.
For sure. This is a really simple, you know, rustic dish that'll impress your friends and stuff like that. So.
And yes, we do want to impress you, friends. I can't help it. I mean, don't you want to impress your friends?
Of course.
Okay, so what are you going to do?
Basically, I'm going to take a baguette and I'm going to take some lovely mission figs that have been dried.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to make a chutney out of it. I'm going to spread that all over my baguette with some nice caramelized onions, and then take a bit of brie, you know, melted on there. Serve it up on a platter and just put some nice fresh herbs all over the top.
When they talk this way, I start to sweat. I do, because I get overwhelmed. It's like food porn for me, just listening to it. We're going to show you exactly how to make this dish in just a moment, but first we're going to head to the Cowichan Valley, to one of my favorite restaurants, Amusé, where Bradford, who is just an extraordinary chef, is going to show us some really delicious comfort food. Thank you for that story, Sachetta Singh. If you've never been to Amusé, it is absolutely one of those places you have to go to. It's beautiful, the food's delicious, and it is in such a beautiful part of the island, the Cowichan Valley. We're here at the London Chef getting inspired, really, to get ready for all those Christmas parties, the appies. And this appy is one of those absolutely sure-proof, everyone's gonna love it. Tell us what you're gonna do first.
Okay, well, the beauty of this dish is you can prepare a lot of things ahead of time. So for example, the chutney, the caramelized onions, you know, have your cheese cut up, stuff like that. Pick up your baguette at the bakery.
And what's the phrase that we use for that, Dan Hayes?
Mise en place.
Mise en place.
Trust me, this guy knows. This guy knows. That's why he's never dans la med. He's always on place.
Mise en place. Best word ever. That means everything in its place. I've learned that from the London Chef. Okay, so let's make it.
Okay, so basically, we have a beautiful baguette that I picked up at the bakery.
It is a beautiful baguette.
Just gonna slice it right down the center, just like this.
There's so many artisan bakers now that just create such beautiful artisan breads.
It's unreal in this city, and a lot of you know, the bakeries here mill their own wheat and everything, so it's pretty incredible.
It is.
Real like farm to fork mentality out here.
It is, and you know what I love about what you're doing too is it's like a giant Subway sandwich, but you can divide this up, and one one fell swoop, you get to make it, but once you cut it up, you'll have appies for many.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one baguette's probably going to feed about 5 to 10 people, you know.
Which is
so
perfect. How do you caramelize an onion? I know it seems obvious to you, but
it's really simple, actually. All you do is, have you ever heard of sweating vegetables?
yes.
Okay, so sweating, basically all you're doing is you get your onions in like maybe a medium heat pan, and you just want to start to sweat them so that the sugar, like the natural sugars inside them, are released. you know?
Okay.
So you want them to kind of get like soft and translucent and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then once you notice that they're all like nice and soft, that's when you want to crank your heat up.
Okay.
And that's going to start to caramelize the sugar.
Ah, so there you go.
There you go. And
That is how.
At that point, when you crank the heat up, you want to make sure to keep your eye on it because they're going to burn if you just leave them alone too long. you know?
Right. So it takes a little love and a little attention.
Exactly. Food always takes love.
As Ryan continues to love up these baguettes, we are going to introduce you to a very special singing teacher who may be 86 years old, but her students are still singing her praises. We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, more on Holiday Appies and more great stories right here on Go Island. We're here at the London Chef with one of Dan Hayes' chefs learning how to make a fantastic appy. We've got the caramelized onions now on the baguette, and now we're adding what kind of cheese, sir?
This would be your typical brie that you see everywhere.
Yeah.
So basically all I'm doing is slicing it up so it'll be nice size to fit onto my baguette.
Right. And just remind everyone who just tuned in what we have on the baguette.
Right, so on our baguette we've got a little bit of mission fig chutney.
Yeah.
Some beautiful caramelized onions. And like I said, I'm just getting ready to put my brie on there. So I'm just gonna space it out nice and evenly because we're gonna melt it in the oven and give it some room to spread out and everything. So
I can already tell this is going to be an unbelievable dish.
it's just like a big grilled cheese sandwich. So I'm just gonna put it in the oven until the cheese is melted. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it about 5 to 7 minutes or whatever, you know, on a nice convection oven, or if you just have a regular oven, you know, 12 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, so keep your eye. It's like the love. You got to keep your eye on it.
Exactly. Don't turn your back on it.
Absolutely. We now have a story that Paul Ballstein put together. This story is so inspiring. It's about a man who specializes in miniatures but has big dreams. Thanks for that story, Paul. We're here at the London Chef. We have an absolutely delicious appy in the oven. We're just waiting for it to get a little warmer, melt the cheese. And while we do that, Dan, do you have any ideas for people who are doing entertaining and putting those appies together when they get stressed out?
Well, the thing is, you know, being organized is great,
Yeah.
and don't panic. I don't think people expect to turn up at your house and have everything ready.
It's true.
You know,
It's so true.
a little and often is the way to success. There's nothing worse than turning up and overdoing it on the canapes. So little and often is great, and make cooking some fun. Say, Brian, come here, mate. Slice up the bread. Juliet, are you over there? Wonderful. Can you spread this on that? Sarah, where are you? Oh, you're drunk again. Okay, come here, and can you put the chutney on this, please?
Put your guests to work.
Put your guests to work. People love it. They'll enjoy it.
I just want to tell you, though, Juliet is Dan's baby, who's how many months?
Why did I come up with Juliet?
I think it's a-
well, she's my baby,
I
isn't she?
know. How old is she?
She's 12 weeks old.
I think she'd be happy
And
to help
she's
with the appies.
beautiful.
Absolutely. We have to take a very short break, but stay with us. When we come back, This Week in BC takes a look at Christy Clark. She has big dreams, turning natural liquid gas into millions of dollars for this province. But will that compromise our vision to get rid of greenhouse gases? Yes, I wish it was smell-o-vision because we have just taken this beautiful appetizer out of the oven here at the London Chef, and it smells amazing. So how long would you leave it out of the oven once you take it out?
Right, like pretty much ready to go as soon as you pull it out of the oven, you know? So you want to serve it while it's nice and gooey and hot and stuff like that. So as soon as you pull it out, get it on the cutting board, chop it up, set it on your platter, you're good to go.
All right, let's chop this up because I think we need to try some.
It's probably good, actually, doesn't it? I must say.
It does. I absolutely know that this is going to be a winner.
But also simple. Do you see
so
what Ryan did?
simple.
Bloody simple. We're not messing about with, you know, things that are really hard.
No. I want to thank you both so much for inspiring all of us how to create delicious, simple food for the holiday season. Oh, what you putting on there?
A little fresh
Some
time.
time on yours, Karen.
Little,
Ryan,
yes.
did a little
let's
too
get
early.
some on
I'm
Karen.
sorry, can
I grab one?
Yeah, let's all have.
Let's have one. Cheers, my friends. I want to
Cheers.
thank you all so much for watching. If you want this recipe, it'll be up on our Facebook page. If you have any thoughts, ideas, feedback, you know where to find us. Here we go.
Cheers. Merry Christmas.
Oh my God. So good.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Women's clothing provided by Tulip Noir. Casual designer fashions. Men's wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.